It makes no sense. Dansuke had some of the fastest legs in town. There's no way he would have let a kimono get him. Besides, I happen to know he got into a fight with someone from your store the day before he disappeared. If you ask me, you lot did him in, and then tried to make it look like the work of a kimono. No, but Kogi...
You see what dreadful ill will befalls me? Could you possibly investigate the matter? A hunter's eye is what we need to see if this really was the work of kimono or not. Or so say the skeptical few.
Waste of time. I'm sure these snakes will have covered their tracks. But go, be my guest.
I leave it in your ever-capable hands. I have some new... What would you like to purchase? Perhaps you are hoping to hear the latest rumor? That which is now useless to you may be a treasure to another. Such an honor to serve you.
I've been meaning to talk to you. Sumimasen. I just can't stop watching. It's so fascinating. This karakuri can maintain a higher temperature in the hearth. That would mean I could forge various materials I couldn't forge before. So I'll be much more used to you now. To everyone in Minato, in fact. The times I've tried and failed to get all the things in this forge working again. Most of this equipment has been gathering dust. But now, it's had a new lease on life. Minato could thrive again, like in the old days. And it's all come about thanks to you. I honestly don't know how to express my gratitude. Nothing I could say would be enough. Just... arigato. Thank you so much. Now that the karakuri are all working again, I'm eager to gather the materials I need to make these little ones of mine really shine. And it's got me thinking. There's this old hunter's camp up on the highlands to the north of the Blossom Trail. I've passed it a few times when I've been out looking for materials, but since no one's been using it, it's fallen into disrepair. If we could whip it into shape, I'm sure it would be a useful base to head out hunting from. Which would be good for both of us. What do you say? Do you want to fix up the old camp together?
Why are all the karakuri suddenly moving?
I'm ready to leave whenever you are. Which one are we talking about? think that's about it. Feel free to look in. Do you have something particular in mind? Can I be of service in any?
It's late. Don't you have a rest? Did you make all the karakuri work again? I don't understand. What do you want? We done?
Are you the hunter who went to the Spirit Isle? The one who made the wheel turn? It made Ji-san so happy. I wanted to say thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Ji-san said it used to turn back in the day. That's before I was born. And he said it was a really big thing when it stopped turning. He tells me lots and lots of stories, you know? Oh, like the one about a huge tortoise on the Spirit Isle with coral on its back. Ji-san used to be a merchant, and he told me he saw a piece of its shell for sale once. Do you think there really is a kimono like that on the island? Could you go and have a look for me? Hontoni? You found it! And it had coral on its back and everything. So it was all true. Was it really big? Oh, really? Ji-san said it was really huge. You know, if you boil up the coral on its shell, it makes a medicine that cures everything. You didn't know that, did you? So in the capital, it sells for heaps of money. Ji-san said it might not actually work though. I guess you hunters find lots of valuable kimono materials, don't you? You could get really rich from selling the mug, you know? Oh, I didn't mean... Sorry. I suppose you know that already. Oops. The coal was much smaller than I thought, though.
Such ingenuity here in Minato. Ah, good hunter. Ah, the spirit wheel is turning again. Let us hope it is the first step towards a glorious recovery for the town. Long may Minato benefit from your
All right, let's get this new camp set up. We should aim for the highlands to the north, just beyond the Sakura Cave. strange. It should be around here. What we need is a karakuri to help us find the camp. Here we are then. Let's get to work. My father used to accompany hunters sometimes to do running repairs in the field. So this is a spiritual experience for me. Let me know when you're finished over there. The camp's coming together nicely, I think. Time for a break, maybe? We can have a chat while we catch our breath. You came to Minato from the west, didn't you? Along the mountain path. That means you must have walked right around the foot of the sacred mountain. That's what we call it. But people from Minato don't venture that way anymore. It was a sacred place for the hunters of old. Much like the Spirit Isle, I think. But I've never heard of any settlements or trucks that way. I suppose the weather's too inhospitable. Sometimes you see clouds of kocho fluttering around the mountainsides, though. It is pretty, but creepy in a way, too. They're called eternity ringlets, that particular type of kocho. I suppose because they gather by the injured and the dead. In the old days, some people even thought that humans in kemono turned into kocho when they died. Anyway, ready to get back to work? Let's get this camp finished off. Let's leave it there for today, shall we? Another one? They're getting very frequent lately. Is it asleep?
Really? Interesting.
It was like a moving mountain. Honestly, I've never seen such a huge and terrifying kimono.
It reminds me of something I read in the records from centuries ago. A giant kimono ripped across the land. The castle, the town, the people, all were swallowed in rock. If this is the same creature, it would explain the frequent tremors we've been experiencing recently. Even the strange behavior we observed in the other kimono could be traced back to this giant.
All my life I've lived in Minato, and I had no idea such a kimono lived so close.
Well, kimono only stray outside of their territory in exceptional circumstances, and they rarely show themselves to us. Remember, all kimono, no matter how big or small, are sustained by the same energy, celestial thread. And since celestial thread is ubiquitous, they have no need to wander in search of it.
But then, why has this kimono... could it be because there's no thread left in its territory, perhaps?
Yes, that's my hypothesis too. I believe our giant is hungry, due to some great change in the flow of thread in its environment. Now, we recently flooded our town with celestial thread by restoring the karakuri on the spirit isle. So, unfortunately, we've made Minato look rather appetizing.
But that's terrible. That means this kimono is going to expand its territory this way and swallow us up.
I wish I could fault your logic, and I'm afraid we can't reverse what we've done. I had a nagging feeling that something might go wrong, but not this wrong. If only I had investigated the possible outcomes more thoroughly.
No one's to blame. None of us could have anticipated this. We didn't know anything. Wait. Didn't you say you'd encountered this bear once before? Heading from the sacred mountain towards Minato?
Oh. So that means it comes from a habitat to the north. And you're saying it was on the move even before our work at the ruins? But no, we don't have time to be pondering the cause. We must decide how to act, and quickly. Are you serious? I realize your hunting skills are exceptional, but no single person could dispatch a beast of that size. Even if everyone in town pulled together, the best we could hope to do is give it a nasty surprise to begin with before... No, come on, Suzuran. You owe it to Minato to fix this. Think now. Going along the Harugasumi Way, its enormous bulk will mean it has to descend into the river. If we can position Karakuri along the bluff, we might be able to defeat it before it hits the town. I think that's the only workable strategy at this point. I'll talk to the elders about preparing the necessary Karakuri. What I need you to do is buy us some time. Without a chance to prepare, I'm afraid we're doomed.
I wonder if I could. Sorry, I need to go and test something. Meet me later at the forge.
It's going to take all we've got to overcome this threat. The town needs your help now more than ever. Believe me, I'm doing everything I can think of.
Good. You're here. Sorry to run off in the middle of a conversation like that, but I had an idea that couldn't wait. I'll come straight to the point. I need some kimono materials, and I need them fast. I started playing around with some new innovations after all the karakuri came back to life, you see. And I think I might have come up with a weapon we can use to fight that giant kimono. It's clearly a rock kimono of some kind, isn't it? Did you notice how its body was covered in deep crevices? And how kocho were fluttering around those parts in the same sort of way that they swarm over the corpses of kimono, or their wounds. Well, if those crevices are wounds too, they could be weak points. And with my new weapon, we could target them from the ground. Which is why I really need those materials. I'm basically after a large quantity of iron sand. More than we have time to dig out of the ground, though. But I've remembered that Nobu mentioned a rumor about a kimono that scatters iron sand. I'm sorry to be asking yet another favor, but do you think you could help?
If we can't live in Minato anymore, where do we go? I don't have anywhere else.
Whatever it takes, we have to stop that Earthbreaker. We can... You've got them already? This is exactly what I need. Arigato. I should be able to put the weapon together now. It won't take long. This is a matter of personal pride. I'm going to make the greatest weapon you've ever seen in the shortest time imaginable. Blacksmith's honor. I really don't know how effective my weapons will be against that huge creature.
All right. How are your preparations going? I don't remember the last time I was this busy. But at least we're more or less ready now. The karakuri are being installed as we speak. Along the route I predicted the Kuninarashi will take, following the old Blossom Trail. It's somewhat hobbled together by people working outside their areas of expertise, but it's the best we can manage. I've had to work the carpenter's fingers to the bone. But everything should be in place the next time the giant Earthbreaker stirs. The Crimson Treasury has supplied an assortment of forbidding items too. I'm a little curious as to why Kogyoku had so much gunpowder in stock, to be honest. Still, ignorance is zen, as they say. Best to just accept it graciously and avoid asking too many questions. I know the wretched creature is only searching for sustenance, but we have to protect our own interests and lives. This is a battle we cannot afford to lose. That's why we've pulled out all the stops. But now, it all falls to you. I'm delighted to hear you sounding so confident. Perhaps the new weapon Natsume has developed has something to do with that. Still, anything could happen out there. Make sure you have all the right equipment in full working order. Oh, and Togahime wanted to speak with you. I suggest you show your face before we're plunged into battle.
Your efforts put me to shame. They will be laughing at me now in what should have been my family home, delighting in their decision to exile me here. I see the citizens are expending every effort for our town. Yet you are charged with the most onerous task. Are you ready for the battle ahead? In that case, may I take a moment of your time? There is something I would like to explain before you head into battle. I have been seeking assistance for Minato, but every clan is embroiled in the wars raging to the west. All have refused me outright. Even my own Ago clan offer no support. None of them, including the head of the clan, my father, have the slightest interest in Minato. In their eyes, it is worthless, good only for its inevitable destruction by Kemono, a fate they hope I, its steward, will share. Forgive me. None of that is your concern. I am powerless to do anything but circulate through the town and offer encouragement to the citizens. To my shame, I do not even have a sword. So I have no choice but to implore you, an outsider, to shoulder the burden of Minato's destiny. Please lend us your strength. Lend my home your strength.
It's on the move!
Well, the cannon is ready for action. I just hope it holds out. It's never seen a battle like this before. I wish that Kemono would leave us alone. But it's too late for wishes now. Good luck.
This is it! Yosh! Clear the decks! Buy us the time we need. I know you can do it.
Blossom Trail is being completely flooded with celestial thread. That means we should be able to make use of more karakuri than usual. Finally, something we can turn to our advantage.
All right, we're there. Crossbows loaded and ready. You'll finally have some well-deserved support.
next round! Hurry!
This might actually work! Muzzy! Run! Take cover!
What an extraordinary beast!
We're out of options. You're not serious.
If all the catapults are wrecked, we've had it.
If it reaches us, we're finished. You have to slay the thing before that happened. It's all on you now, Chief.
You're our last line of defense. That's another catapult down. We've got to keep it at bay. Bring more powder!
Is it?
Did we win? Oh. Oi! Oi! Everyone! We won!
that be the end of it?
Perhaps I underestimated you.
I'm so relieved you made it back safely after a battle like that. Ujishige-san told me what you did. Defeating that giant kemono on your own, when all the defenses we'd prepared were spent. Togahime has asked to see you. She didn't say why. I imagine she'd like a report on the successful defeat of the kemono. I'll be at the forge if you need me. I have a cannon to repair.
This sake will be languishing in its flask if it wasn't for your efforts. So here's to you, Chief. Kanpai. When that hulk of a bear rose up in front of us like a wall of rock, I thought you'd had it. But here you are, Chief.
Hunters like you are a rare breed. You hunters have forever dancing with death. It takes a certain type of person to cope with constant peril like that.
Minato is saved, thanks to you. What a magnificent service you have done for us. I dare not imagine what might have come to pass were it not for you. As steward of Minato, I shall be forever in your debt. I wish to reward your efforts somehow, but... I am afforded no influence over matters here in Minato at all. What can I possibly do? Ah, of course! Ichi!
You called, Hime-sama?
The festival of returns of which you once spoke. Is now not the time for Minato to celebrate again? When Great Kimono would pass, the town would come together to honor the beast and release its spirit. Would they not?
Indeed, Hime-sama. An excellent idea, I'm sure. Allow me to discuss the matter with the elders. I believe they may favor the suggestion, especially since the revival of the karakuri has stimulated such an interest in the ways of old.
Good. I have made a very fine proposal, I think. And should it come to pass, I wish you much fun and excitement. Arigato. That will be all. We will make all the necessary arrangements for the festivities. I am sure you ought to rest.
So you're tough.
You honestly never cease to amaze me. You can count on me to keep your weapons and armor. If it wasn't for your bravery, Minato might have been wiped out. You can't afford to neglect the equipment that affords you protection, can you? Can I be of service in any of... All right. Let's see what I can do for you. Metalwork is so much fun, don't you think? We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much again.